Hello, I'm Amy Zawi with the Jerusalem Connection Red Alert Report for February 3rd, Why Education Matters. You may all be aware that just a few months ago, the Jerusalem Connection released a collection of our founders' art in a booklet called the Auschwitz Album Revisited. This album is so special and important to us for many reasons. Among them is that it is a great educational tool. We now have organizations such as seminaries, schools, and even churches and synagogues requesting bulk orders in order to share this with teachers, students, and congregants. And the sale proceeds of this booklet goes to our Holocaust Education Fund. Now, the reason this is so important is that education in schools, private or public, and even the university seems to be unable or unwilling to teach the truth and teach it effectively about antisemitism and the Holocaust. The realization is that 1 in 10 Americans under 40 today do not know that 6 million Jews were murdered only 80 or so years ago. Many of today's world citizens actually believe that the victims of the Holocaust were somehow responsible for their fate. And teachers and professors who deny the Holocaust, or just as bad, praise its efforts, hold their positions, all while football coaches who prey on the football field are fired. So, what are the updates regarding curriculum? California's Ethnic Studies curriculum has been approved, and it teaches that students support the BDS movement. They support hate for Israel and that Jews are part of a colonizing class of white supremacists. UC Riverside professor and department head, Professor Dylan Rodriguez, has sent out a series of tweets alleging the role that Zionism has played in toxifying higher education in California. He goes on, just this past January in a tweet, quote, "Most California public education administrators don't understand how Zionism politically toxified our school and curricula." The Canadian Federation of Students, the CFS, is a nationwide student union advocacy organization, and it voted to financially support BDS in 2018. Now, many students, Jewish and non-Jewish students, are in court fighting that they do not want their dues going towards this effort. But as of this day, the funds are. Winfield Myers, director of the Campus Watch within the Middle Eastern Forum, has noted an increasing hostility towards Israel and by default amongst Jews on college campuses. Quote, "American academia is becoming very anti-Israel. Israel is often presented here as an illegitimate colonist enterprise that expelled an indigenous population. Some of the professors in the United States even refuse to pronounce the name Israel, as if to imply its inherent illegitimacy. There are already historians who claim that there are no ancient Hebrews at all, or if they were, they're just another tribe like the Canaanites. All of this in order to undermine the connection of the Jews to the land of Israel and legitimize attacks on Israel. This method is not new, repeat the lie so many times, and the hearers accept it," unquote. This erasure of Jewish culture, lineage, and endurance is counter to the truth of history we not only see in our Bible, but also in the careful chronicling of history in the last 2,000 years, including in archaeology. If nothing else, please educate your own family and the children within your own family and your young people. Replacement theology, we see that within the Christian culture, coming from pulpits and within private schools. And then there's the revisionist history we are seeing in public school curriculums and within university courses. We must be vigilant to combat this wherever and however we can. Shavua Tov, and have a great week.